Hey everyone, Courtney Dowlett here with All Brands. What is it? What show is this? The All Brands show. I swear my days are all mixed up right now. So I am actually in San Antonio right now because we're about to do All Brands Academy San Antonio. So I'm setting up. I'm surrounded by a sea of Avenires. I'm in happiness. Okay, right now there are machines everywhere. It's fantastic. So we've been getting ready for the event, but I'm excited that I get to sneak away with you guys for a little bit to play with my design center. So today we're going to go over my design center and really just click around the buttons. Hey, Courtney, what does this button do? Things like that. So I'd be happy to show you guys. Now, before we jump into that, don't forget that if you comment hashtag AllBrands in the chat right now, it automatically enters you to win that $25 AllBrands e-gift card. And we pull that at the end of the show. So don't forget to put in that hashtag AllBrands in there to be able to win that gift card. So I'm going to switch you guys over to the machine. I'm going to not cheat and we're going to go from the home screen, but that way I can also see your comments once you're over there. So let's move you. I'm sorry about the movement. I'm sorry. I'm not in the studio. I don't have the fancy little switches that I usually have. So we're making the best. All right, let's see. Okay. There we go. Much better. I want to get any of that glare that is in there. Alrighty. So I'm seeing you guys and Sewing Gals like I put that hashtag all brands in there. ML Weber's put that hashtag all brands. All right. So, and Deborah, look at you guys. You're so fast. All right. So this, whenever you go into your machine, this would be your home screen. Now I have a Brother Avenir, so this is why my home screen looks like this. But my design center is not just on Brother Avenir. She is on the PR 1060 and 1055. She's on the Stellaire. So that's the XJ2 and the XE2. She is on the Luminaire. So she is on tons of different machines. So it's not just Avenir, even though we love some Avenir. She's on multiple different machines. So let's go ahead and jump down to her. 1 second. I'm trying to make sure there's not that glare. Now you see me. Hi. There we go. All right, let's see. Can we see that better? Let's see. I miss my little switchers, where I just click things and it works beautifully. All right, so we've got sewing, embroidery, Disney, and my design center. Now, my design center can be found in 2 different places. So you could go right here to my design center, or if we go to embroidery, my design center also has its own little button right here. Haven't used my design center. Oh, you need to. You need to. Once you realize what it is, Brenda, you're going to love it. It's so good. All right. So, yep. So you have 2 different places that you could get to it. I'm going to come home and I'm going to actually just click the My Design Center button. So whenever they talk about, oh, it has My Design Center, this is why we're excited because there's so many different things that are on there. All right. So pull this that way. There we go. All righty. When you come to it, you're like, wait, what is this? So what I call it is fancy paint. Whenever back in the day when we first got computers, and people do it now, but when I remember we got our first computer in our house and it had paint on it. And I remember I colored on it and played on it and made designs and filled them in, and it was fantastic. So I see this as a fancy version of paint for me. So they've got different options. So we can actually click on here and draw something. If you're like, well, I'm not the best drawer, they do have the pen where you could use the pen. I honestly feel like the pen's a little bit easier for me to draw with because my big old finger, I can't get as precise as I can with the pen. And it's just a lot easier for me to draw with the pen. And usually the pen comes with your machine, which is great. So we've got that. So right here is the pencil where we can draw. We've got the paint bucket so we could fill in larger areas if we wanted to. So let's see. I'll play with that in a minute. We've got where we could actually come and be like, ooh, what color is that? I want to match that color. And then this one gives us line properties. So instead of just doing a straight line, we could actually do some of the decorative lines. So say this one right here. I'm gonna hit OK. And I want it to draw. Oops, there we go. Ooh, let's change colors. Look at all the color options. This makes my heart happy. Ooh, they also have no sew right here. No sew is when you're telling something to not sew a certain area. It's fantastic. So many different things that we could play with. So look at the red line. Ho, ho, ho. Look at that one's one that if you have to hit the first point and then you go to the second point, I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Okay, let me see. I was going to make it a little thicker. It was a zigzag one. So tons of different options. Again, decorative. If you select this one right here, you see how this came up? If you select that, it goes into additional lines that you can pick. So these would be different sew lines that you could pick to do. No, 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 I want to go back. I accidentally went up too far. Oh, look at it. Okay, so when you're looking at it, and if I did this one right here, it looks like just a straight line, right? Okay, if you hit next, that's where it actually changes into that decorative line. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So I know everyone's like, wait, it's not changing. It's not changing. It is. It just shows you as a straight line just for the editing purpose of it. But it will go to a bigger, or will actually change to the other one. So let's say if we selected this one. Hit okay. 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 And then we're going to make that line right here. Okay. Hit next. And then that line is going to turn into that decorative one. Boop. Isn't that cool? Look at that. That is so cool. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see it better. Ooh, I zoomed in 400. Let's see, zoom in 200. Look at that. How cool is that decorative line? So we've got that one we just did. This one was really pretty. This one's really pretty. So those are some of the sewing ones. They're kind of basic in my opinion. They're still really cool, but what I use is usually this area right here. This allows me to fill in large areas. So I'm going to hit home to delete all this out so we can get a fresh, clean page to her. All right. So what I like to do is I actually like to bring in shapes because I do a lot of trapunto work with my machine. And trapunto work, if you've never seen it before, oh, you know what? I'm going to make one and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's stitched out because it's really cool. So I'm going to come in here and grab some shapes. So here we go. Let's grab the shape. Okay. And so it's just a box and I can make it bigger or smaller if I wanted to. Okay. And I'm going to come back into the shape. So it's the the circle and the square. And I'm going to come and get a different shape. So this one. Okay. And I want to make it bigger. So what I'm doing is creating areas. That way, when I can do a fill stitch and fill those areas in and make this really cool high-low effect. So let's go ahead and we're going to hit OK. Come back to my shapes. I want this one. So our little diamond. Okay. Now I'm going to up the size of it. And what I'm doing is creating layers. So that way, if I, again, want to do a fill stitch, which is one of my favorite things to do, I can fill in a whole layer. There we go. There we go. Okay, you're starting to see the design? Because we're making a quilt block is what it is. All right, let's add some more. Let's add this one right to the center. Hit okay. Okay, and I'm going to shrink her down. Cute. Okay, so we've got our quilt block in here, but you're like, Courtney, it's just going to sew the lines. Like, what's the exciting, fun part about that? So I actually like to use this right here, which is a little paint bucket. I'll switch to my paint bucket tool, and then I'll click right here. And so you've got just fill-in stitches, you've got stippling, or if you select here, you get these decorative fills. So hit select, and it's going to give you even more. Like, look at all these. How cool is that? There's so many, or you can custom make one, but I love the presets. They're so easy. So let's go. I'm going to do the fill stitch. Let's hit okay, just to start with, don't worry. And I'm going to put that in just the corners like that. Okay, you see how it's red because I had red selected, but now that is the fill stitch. All right, let's change my color to blue. Okay, I'm going to go and select a more fun one if you ask me. Ooh, this one's really pretty. Let's do this one. Oh, actually, I like this one. I like them all, but all right. Oh, I can also change the size of them if I wanted them bigger or smaller. Okay. And let's see, we've got our paint bucket selected. I'm going to make that one this one. How cool is that? Okay, so if you notice, I didn't put anything right here. So right now that's open because I like to do puffy batting. So like a really, really high loft batting. And the area that there's not these knockdown stitches like this or these fill stitches, it's going to be really, really far up. And so that way, when you go to stitch it out, it looks more like this. So you see that puffy high loft batting in there? That. And it does this really cool thing. So this is called trapunto work. And this was actually made in my design center. So I absolutely love it. It's so much fun. You remember those decorative stitches we were playing with earlier? Look at that. They used it to make that cool little flower design around it. It is so cool. And these were all built into the machine. How neat is that? Also, my design center, you could use it to bring something in and echo around it would be really, really cool to do. So if you wanted to do something like that or bring in, so say we had an applique that we put on here and we wanted to put something around it, we absolutely could do that and then build off of it. So, so many awesome, awesome options. All right, now before I jump into the next thing, Lauren, do we have any questions? Love Trapunto. That is beautiful. I know, right? It's so pretty. Let's see. Lauren, our imaginary friend, is awesome and she's driving it because when I'm on my phone, it's really hard for me to drive. All right, Lauren, I'm assuming that means we don't have any questions. So I'm going to keep going. But if we have any questions, let me know. She's like, Courtney, it's really hard to talk to you when when I can't see you. Alrighty. I need to try this. I know, right? It's so good. It is so much fun. So that's what I always tell people. It's great just to try a design, start, just play around. I mean, you don't have to stitch it out. I do like to stitch them out, mostly because then I can kind of see what I'm working with and kind of see what the fill stitch looks like. So I do like to stitch them out. You could just do it on some plain, scrap fabric or something like that. But what I like to do is actually make my quilt blocks like this and then incorporate them into my quilts because it's so much easier. Like this as like a fun little border in each corner. The what? Yes, it's for that one. Yeah, no worries. Sorry, I'm live. I'm not just talking to myself. No, no, you're good. Do you want to say hi? Donna says hi. I'm in the San Antonio store. They're awesome. So anyways, look at the back of it. Like, are you kidding me? This is the back, and it's still so pretty. Let's see. What is it? Do you have a preferred size to start with? So I personally, that's a great question. Thank you. I like to bring in a square. So you remember how I brought in a square first? Uh, and so I kind of decides depending on what size my quilt is. So what the other day, y'all, and I wish I would have brought it with me. It's at home. I did a baby blanket in just these kind of squares. And it was so fast because I mean the machine stitches it all out, but now all I had to do was piece them together afterwards, and it went by so quick. But I did it like this, and they loved it. And I did it in a white, like it was a monochromatic kind of thing. And I want to say for its square, I think I did them 12. No, 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 it wasn't 12. It was like 10 by 10. Was it 10 by 10? I think it was a 10 by 10. And I did it in my big hoop and it worked beautifully. And then that honestly, it was the fastest quilt I'd ever made. Kind of and it was great. Oh, see, I have some starred ones. Yeah, Lauren, I can't put the starred ones up because it won't show on my screen. I'm sorry. See, I know you're trying to message me. I can't see it, Lauren. I'm sorry. Um, so, but yeah, it was so, so fast. So I think that one I did 10 by 10, but you could do whatever size that you prefer on your machine, or you can do them smaller or anything like that. But I wanted a quick, easy quilt. Oh, say that 3 times fast. Quick, easy quilt. And it's kind of my go-to. But it's just this really cool, like, let me see if you can see it from the side. Like, it's just like this puffy, like gives it like texture, like 3D texture to it. So my design center, not just for this, but this is probably one of the things I do the most in my design center. So again, you could fill it in. Oh, I accidentally clicked that area. Don't worry, there's an undo button. There we go. So if I wanted to come in and add even more shapes to the center, let's say I wanted, let's do just another really cute little flower. There we go. And then I could come and change him into whatever size. I'm going to shrink him down even further and put it in there and kind of layer it. That's why I say it. It's just fun to play. Just play in it. All right, let's do a different fill stitch. Let's see. I want to do y'all have a favorite one? How pretty is that one? It's like very like a Little Mermaid. There we go. Let's see. They're so cool. Oh, look at the leaf one's really pretty. Ooh, this one's pretty. I'm gonna do this one. Are there traditional stipplings also in there? But like, oh, I want to change the color. Let's change the color. Let's put it to pink. I don't think our color scheme matches, but I don't care. All right, I'm going to go to that water bucket tool, paint bucket tool, because that's going to let me fill in multiple areas. Now, if you just wanted to do this with the line, you absolutely still get that option. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's going to do that design but just in a straight line. Well, I mean, I drew with it, but you know what I mean. So that one is paintbrush, but the paint bucket's kind of what I use the most. And of course, it does have one where you can erase it and you can make the eraser bigger or smaller. So that way, if you don't like something, you can erase it and it'll be just fine. Now, I absolutely love doing this. It's so much fun for me because I like making and creating, and it's software in your machine, but it's user friendly software. It's not anything crazy. Honestly, what I usually go do is I go around and I just start clicking buttons to figure out what's what and figure out what's where, and it works out great for me. So absolutely love doing that. All right, so you've got resize, rotate, flip. What is this one? I'm trying to remember what this is. I think that's copy. You can also cut if you want to do that. Now, if we come to the bottom, you've got trash can, undo, redo. If you want to put a little basting box around, anything like that. If you want to save. Now, if you do save, you can save to the machine or to a USB. But let's come up here. So we have where we could change the line from a regular line or again to decorative. But right above that, we've got this. This is cool. Oh, explain to them how and where to save. It was hard for me to save on the machine. So right here is the pocket. Oh, can you take, there we go. Right there is a pocket. If you can see it right here at the bottom. I am down here pocket right there. You can save to the pocket. I usually save straight to my machine. I don't really save onto my USB very often. I just save to the machine itself. And then that way, when I want to go back and find that one that I've made, it's already saved in my machine. So it's pretty awesome. All right. So right here, there we go. Oh, see, there it is. So the pocket down here to save. But if we come right here, we're going to go to our pocket. So I'm going to my pocket, and then these are the ones that are saved into my machine right now. So this one is the one that I would want that I just made. So I can hit OK, and it's going to bring me right back to that one. Or if we want to go to the to a USB, I could do that, but I don't have a USB in there. So she's like, I can't take anything from there. So to save, down here at the bottom, to retrieve, up here at the top. They both have the pocket image, but one of them has the little arrow where this one at the bottom does not have the little arrow. So to go get something from the pocket is the arrow one. I know that sounds very, very crazy, but there our design would be. So there's our design. Now I like this button that's right next to the one we want to retrieve something is this one. This is actually going to let you bring in an image. So I always talk about taking like a coloring book page or something like that and bringing it in your machine. That is only done on machines that have My Design Center. So My Design Center is awesome to be able to bring something in. So you have a scanning mat, which I'll show you the scanning mat. The scanning mat looks like this. So this is the scanning mat. So the Brother Luminaire, Avenir, and 1060 and 1055 all have the scanning mat. Now, Stellaire, you guys can still do this. You don't have a scanning mat, but you guys have where you can take the picture with My Designs. Was it My Design Snap app? You could do that. So, and I've done a few with using the mat, and I absolutely love it. Oh, let's see. What was the question? Let's see. So Courtney, in this sample, it's not filled in the corner. No, it's not filled into the corner. Good eye, Teresa. It's not. So in the sample one, they didn't fill in the corners where I filled mine in. They didn't. They left it empty. So that way it could do really, really puffy like that. Because this is where those fill stitches is, and that knocked it down. So anywhere that it did not do the fill stitches, it's really, really big and puffy. Yeah. Good eye. All right. So let's say I've got some piece of paper here. I can say that times. All right, so let's do uh all brands. I have terrible handwriting. I don't know if y'all know that. All brands. And we're gonna do a little heart. There we go. All right, so boop, there we go. My terrible handwriting. So ow. 1 second. All right. I'm gonna take my skin mat right here. And I'm gonna take these little green magnets off of it real fast. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to take that piece of paper that I wrote all brands on. Now, if you had a coloring book page, you could do this, or if you have someone that wrote something like I know that I did my son's hand, he wrote dad on a piece of paper and I embroidered it on my husband's hat. using this method, but we've also done my mother-in-law. We had a few things that she had written, and I scanned that in, and I was able to embroider her actual handwriting. She had passed on, but I did her handwriting on a few things for her kids, and they loved them. All right, so I've got this right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my machine. Okay, there we go. All right, so on my screen, you can hit image, scan, line design, or illustrated design. I personally like illustrated design. They all look a little different. So this one's going to give you more filled in. It doesn't fill it in like, oh, I want more like a satin finish kind of, beautiful seam to it. Line design just traces around the image. So say like AllBrands, it would want to trace around the letters instead of filling them in. And Illustrator is going to fill them in. So I'm going to select that one and hit scan. Okay, there it goes. And now she's actually scanning it in. I'm going to turn you. There she goes. There she goes. And so she's actually going to scan my writing. Here we go. See how quiet she is? I'm the loudest thing in the room. Not her, me. There we go. Can you tell that the scanner is right there? I'm not going to put my finger in there because I don't want to scan my finger. But again, I do a lot of coloring book pages, or when people tell me that they want something embroidered and they want a particular design, then I'm like, oh, do you have the digitized file? They never do. They never do. I'm like, do you have a picture of it? Yes, give me the picture. I'll put the picture on here. Scan in logos, anything like that that they want. It's fantastic. All right, so there it is. Look at that. So we can actually zoom in just a little bit so that way we don't get those little green magnets. There we go. All right, and we could tell it what number colors. Now I know that my number colors is technically 1, but it's only going to let me go down to 2. There we go. I'm going to hit, I could hit remove background, but I don't really have a background. It was white. So I'm going to hit OK. All right. How cool is that? It's so good. All right, let's hit set. Oh, I didn't turn off the stuff behind there. So it's like, it's just going to lay them on top of each other. Oof. I feel like I should just, boop. I'm going to do it again. That way we don't see all that. It takes 2 seconds, so I'm just going to do it real fast. Okay, well, she's rescanning. I had that design. I remember I didn't delete it off of my screen. So she's just going to rescan for me real fast. Lauren, do we have any questions while I'm rescanning? She's like, I would have starred them. One day I'm going to get Lauren, our imaginary friend, to come on camera. She won't do it. I don't know. She might if we peer pressure her enough. And I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Lauren. I'm kidding. She's back there cursing me. So I'm seeing a lot of people remembering to put this hashtag AllBrands. So fantastic. All right, let's see. Oh, here's one. Oh, no, that's one I already did. Never mind. It's hard to see when it's on my phone. Like the comments are like this big. Oh, there she goes. All right. Okay, I'm gonna scroll in. Okay, now when we bring it in, it's not gonna have that background. Okay, here we go. Do, 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 do. There she is. All right, so there's the design. It did fantastically. Right now I have it where it's set pretty low to see, because if you want to add anything on top of it, but let me up that so you can actually see it. So this is great. I love this. Right now it does think that the inside of that A, the D, all those different parts, that those are part of the design where it should be white. So later on, I'm just going to take out white, but let's go ahead and hit next. If I wanted to add anything to it, change it in any kind of way, then I could absolutely do that. But right now I'm happy with it. I think it's a really, really cute little design. I mean, I'm happy with it. But again, if you wanted to add something to it, you absolutely could add something to it. So very, very cool to create stitches out of your design. Really easy if you wanted to save that on there. Again, someone's handwriting, because this was just done with a pen and paper. I mean, a marker. Honestly, I prefer a marker because it gives it a little chunkier. Not that it can't see a pen. It absolutely could see a pen. I just feel like the markers are a little easy. So if you want to give the kids some markers and let them create the designs and turn them into embroidery, That would be really, really, really cool. Or again, I do it a lot whenever I have someone who wants something that they magically think that I could embroider and they don't understand about a digitized digitized file. I can now make my own my design center. So that's that the Trapunto and bringing in a design this way is probably what I use my machine the most for. Oh, there is one other thing, and you guys have seen me do it a billion times over, but let's go to that pocket. Oh, let's go home. So that way this isn't on my screen. Thank you, machine. All right. All right, let's go to that pocket again here at the top. Oh, no, wrong thing. Oh, it's right here. Courtney, what are you doing? So you see the little circle and the square, the shapes? Who do we see up here? Our scan and cut. So if I wanted to bring over design from my scan and cut and actually create stitches in it, then I could totally do that. So these are just a few things that I've brought over from my scan and cut to make into a design. So we remember our little friend right here, our rocket ship that we did. So I could actually, I'm gonna zoom in a little. There we go. I could actually color in this rocket ship if I wanted to. Let's see, I'm making sure I just got the stipple hang on there. And I could color my rocket ship and make him whatever colors I wanted. And this was actually a scan and cut design that I brought over. It was not an embroidery design. It was a cut file that I brought over that I turned into stitches. Now, if you have a Luminaire, Stellaire, Avenir, then and you have an SDX 330 or 325 scan and cut, you can do this. You can send over the cut file to the machine and actually use my design center to turn it into stitches. That's how that works, is through my design center. So this is when I'd harp about my design center. There's a reason. It's cool and I have a lot of fun with it. I'm gonna change some colors. Let's see. All right, does anyone have questions about my design center? Please put them in the chat because I'd love to answer them for you guys. So my design center, cool. Did you realize it was this cool and how much fun it is to play with? It's a little addictive, I'm gonna be honest. Oh wait, I want this one. Let's see. Lauren, if we have any questions, go ahead and pop them on screen for me, please. We're putting our imaginary friend to work today. The carton pole. Hey, I'm just finishing the live. I'll be there in 2 seconds. Courtney, are you in my city? I can't. I can drive to see you. Shay, I am here. I am here. Probably all night. I'm probably sleeping here. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just kidding. Yes, I am here right now. We're setting up for Academy. I'm actually in one of the classrooms right now. All right. Let's see. Yeah. So Barbara Jones is here right now. How big is the machine? This one, it's not too much bigger. I mean, it's about the same size as a Luminaire, in my opinion. It is 3 pounds heavy because they added the extra reinforcements in the embroidery arm. So with it being such a large loop for the Avenir, they did make the embroidery arm a little bit more hefty, in my opinion. All right, look at that. I colored my design. Let's hit next. It made it into stitches. That is so cool. It's like you're leaving my design center just so you know. Look at that. Now I've got all my colors and I can stitch this out. And this was a scan and cut file 2 seconds ago, like, or a cut file in general 2 seconds ago, like so stinking cool. All right. So let me show you real fast what I was talking about. So this embroidery arm is a lot bigger. You know, she comes up a little bit. It's huge, but they did that so it could support the big new hoop, which is an 18 and a quarter. Yeah, I'm right. Look, I'm going to show you a little sneak peek. This is Reen's project they're doing tomorrow. How cool is that? It is so cool. So, all right, guys. Any other questions before I jump? It feels really weird not seeing y'all. I'm going to switch the camera real fast. Feels very weird not to see y'all. Let's see. Camera. All right. Boop, boop, boop. Hi. There we go. Okay, now I can see the screen. It makes things life so much easier. All right, let's see. Very cute. All right. I know it's so cute. They're gonna have a blast tomorrow. It's gonna be so much fun. So, Lauren, can we bring up the giveaway, please? Evan Chapman. Yeah, Barbara Jones came today and I put her to work. I'm sorry, Barbara Jones. I was like, you want to help us? She was like, yes, please. She actually offered first. Okay. She is awesome. She's at the cutting table right now. Let's see. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Jenny Owen. Jenny, congratulations. There's other people in the building, but congratulations. You just won an AllBrands $25 e-gift card. Please email events at allbrands.com with your name, number, and address to claim your $25 e-gift card. Congratulations, Jenny. Oh my gosh. So Jenny will be at Academy tomorrow too. Jenny, we get to hang out tomorrow at Academy. So she's like, I'm bringing the gift card. So we're going to have so much fun. I can't wait to see you guys. We've got classrooms of machines and machines, machines, and I cannot wait to dive deep in them and hang out with you guys. So I'll be in San Antonio. So if you didn't get tickets, come say hi. You can still come say hi and shop. But and then I will be at the Red River Quilt Show. So if you are near the Shreveport area, the Red River Quilt Show is happening next weekend, and I will be there. So you can come out and say hi. All right, guys. I will see you next week. What are we doing next week? Let me know in the comments. What are we doing next week? I'll see y'all then. Bye, y'all.